Yeah, you're a busy man.
Hey, when you when you want to get things done, brother, you gotta work for it, right? Good morning, everybody. I'm here with Laracuente, Trunited Familia member. He um, he and I wanted to get up early this morning and just have a quick conversation. And I've been wanting to honor veterans in these next few days. And he's a 20-year service veteran in the Navy. Ed, good morning. How are you today?
Carlos, I'm doing great. Grateful to just be able to get up in the morning and be able to share, hopefully, my story with everybody. And thank you for doing this for us.
Oh, of course, man. Thank you for
Appreciate
your service. It means a lot to me. As you know, I wasn't even born in the U.S.,
it.
but I've lived here more than half of my life now, and in the United States has given me everything I have now. It's truly the land of opportunity, the land of freedom. I came here to the States with a dream, and my dreams have become true and then some. And we have some opportunities and freedoms here that so many others in other countries would only wish they had. So I wake up every morning thankful that I made the choice to come to this country, and then now I'm a United States citizen, and I love this country so very much. I would say just as much, if not more, than my own. To be completely and fairly honest with you. So and I know that veterans and people that serve like you did for 2 decades have such a huge role in that, in keeping us safe, keeping our freedoms, and making sure that we continue our way of life. So thank you so much for your service, brother. I appreciate that, and my family appreciates that, and I know that everybody listening to this appreciates that. And I hope that when they see this video, they comment and they give you their thanks and gratefulness and appreciation. So thank you, my friend.
Well, first and foremost, you're welcome. It was something that I joined because as a young child, I was taken out of Puerto Rico by my father because he first moved out of Puerto Rico to seek something better. Even though as Puerto Ricans, we are United States citizens, but there is such a different diverse of lifestyle between Puerto Rico, the way they live their life there in America. And so he went to New York and really began his lifestyle there of securing our family a better opportunity for each and every one of us. And I came to New York the first few years when I was, because part of my lifestyle was living in Puerto Rico till I was in ninth grade. I started just knowing a little bit of English, ninth
Wow.
grade, and I had to get put back into ninth grade. So I restarted ninth grade because starting to learn English and
Yeah,
even though you know that little bit, but as far as scholastical
of
uh,
course.
aptitude, they said it's better if he goes back and learns more stuff in ninth grade, and but my high school days were all and I feel high school days were probably as a young uh, person growing within themselves, the teenage days are the most important days of your life.
Mhm.
That kind of carries you through your life from
Yeah.
experience now. Uh, but there, I got introduced into ROTC,
Okay.
you know. So I did all my high school days, 3 years of ROTC. Uh,
Nice.
and I did it with the Air Force one, Air
Okay.
Force ROTC. Why I didn't go into Air Force, I don't know. That's another story. But I found my way through because they do. I don't know if you're familiar. ASVAB
No, what is that?
is a scholastic aptitude test
Okay.
that they do, and my scores were better for me to do a technical field in the Navy,
Okay.
and that's why I became a torpedoman. Uh, so
Oh,
I qualified to become a torpedoman in the Navy, and that's why I joined the Navy because
wow.
you come in as a higher rank. So the training that I had through ROTC elevated me to be a
Okay.
high rank when I first came in,
That's good.
uh, and that was my first stepping stone into military
Yes.
life.
So did you did you serve in submarines or in ships?
No, no, no. As a torpedoman, I could have served in submarines, but then when my first 2 years, I got the chance. I started learning about the field a lot more, uh, and I'll get to that story why I started learning more because my mother, even when I went to Puerto Rico, she reminded me of the stuff that I used to do.
Yeah.
But I basically learned that I wanted to play around with things. You know, I wanted to learn the technical side of it. So I went and decided to apply for becoming a torpedoman technician now,
Okay.
which is kind of like the engineering field of torpedoman.
Okay.
Because with the high level of security of what we were dealing with, uh, you had to become jack of all trades as a torpedoman. Nobody else could touch your equipment but you, and then only specific type of people that had that same level of clearance that you did.
Okay.
So I learned a lot about that, but basically that carried me through my whole career of becoming an electronic technician in the torpedoman field, which was you had to learn everything. So, we did coding, we did computer work, we did pneumatics, we did engines, we did the sonar systems. So there's a diverse field of
That's awesome.
things that I
Where were
did.
you? Where were you? Where were you stationed?
I was stationed all over the world, Carlos. But I want to tell you the story before because
Yeah.
when I grew up as a child, and this is what my mother reminded me. He told me, I remember you playing around with even radios, and I used to tear them apart just to find
Tinkering.
out what was inside of them.
Yeah.
And you were so intrigued by doing all that and tearing them apart and making funny noises with all their speakers and just how to communicate between one and another.
That's cool.
That as a child, I just fascinated me to be
Yeah.
able
Well,
to.
it carried over to your career.
It carried over to my career. Yes, it
Yeah.
did. Uh,
That's awesome.
so now going back to where did I serve, man? One of the things that really interesting about the Navy was that it's not the motto. It's not just a job; it's an adventure. It was the journey that the Navy took you through, and I did live an amazing journey. Uh,
That's awesome.
Serving from when I first joined in Guam in the Pacific, where from there we traveled to the Philippines, to Korea, to Japan, uh, to Australia, through Hawaii, through all the ports around the Pacific. And it was just an amazing experience to be
Yeah.
able to be an ambassador to our country,
Mhm.
while trying to keep peace everywhere you went to.
Yeah.
You know,
What do you think all this traveling gave you as far as perspective and as far as just in general, seeing all these places, because I'm sure it kind of changes you. In my mind, when you start traveling and you had that opportunity because of your service, what did it do to you?
To sum it up, Carlos, it's like it just lifted me up into a world that, wow, now I'm even a world traveler. It was like the first steps into a community of travelers that it just gives you that a better perspective that I have no fear of where I can go to nowadays. Like a lot of people that, oh, I don't want to go there because this is happening there, and it doesn't matter because once you get to one place, you'll learn about how these people relate to their countries, how
Yeah.
They're no different than we are. They just do things differently, but
Right.
they're happy,
Yes.
and they're no different than you and me.
Hmm.
They're just normal people living the life that was handed to them.
Right.
And believe me, you go to all these countries and they make the best of what they have. There's a
Yeah.
saying, I'm sure you know about this: if life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Yes.
And that's exactly what they do.
Right. Be grateful with as little or as much as you have. Right. That's
Yes,
really key to be happy and to be able to enjoy, and wake up every morning and think, oh man, I'm blessed. Right.
yeah, that's
I'm gonna give my best today. Right.
that certainly is the fact, but yeah, the Navy kind of injected a bug of traveling
Yes. That's
into my
awesome. So
lifestyle.
you served for 20 years and you retired, and then how do you end up finding Trunited?
Uh, I'm a loyal type person. Just like I stayed in the Navy for 20 years, I carried
Yeah.
on. Uh, when I came out in 2002, Carlos, I had gone to my dad's house as my home of record, and I stayed with him for about 6 months or so. And he was trying to get me to go get a job, get a job, get a job. I got a job for you at this. I got a job for this, and you did security. You could do so well with this. And I had to finally stand up to my dad and tell him, Dad, I don't ever want to work for anybody else. Okay. So before Trunited, I found a company named Club Shop, and I stood by them for 20 years, which was an online shopping type venue. But I was also doing Amway
Okay.
back since 1999, before I retired from the Navy until about 2004. Demographics and things started changing, so I started pursuing something different. And then back in 2017, January, because I'm a networking type of guy, I sign up for a lot of different things. And I was getting emails about this. And actually, I didn't join at first because I was still loyal to the
Your
other
other.
company. Yeah.
Good.
But it wasn't until about the middle of around June 2017, things were not going in the direction, and I started then really looking at pursuing. And it was a good friend of mine that said to me that we were doing business with the other company, and she said, Ed, have you heard of Trunited? And then I said, yeah. And I said, and she asked me, have you looked into it? I said, yeah, I looked into it back in January. I had the info, but I never joined them. And then she says, well, I want to join this, but I won't join unless you join first. Because she knew me as a person, she knew that I'm a go-getter.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, you know what? Give me a couple of weeks. I'll look into it further. And I looked at the model. I looked at everything because that's just the type of person tinkering
Yeah, yeah.
with everything. And I found out it's a good, strong company. It's got the right things to develop into the future. And me being involved with a online shopping club type venue, I
Mm,
knew that this fitted me well.
exactly.
Uh, so I joined, I think it was October, because I took a few months because I was still trying to, win myself out of something
Yeah,
to get into my new venture,
that's
which I
awesome.
did.
That's
And
awesome.
then life has never been the same. It's just, it's been an amazing, challenge, but an amazing thing that Trunited has done, not just for me, for the people that I've been in connections with, that I've gotten involved with.
That's awesome. What do you think about the community? What is the people of United like?
Well, there's a lot to say about that, Carlos, because it's people really have to, feel, touch, see, because we have a community that is unlike anything else I've ever seen and been with in the past. And I've been involved in networking for, since 2002. I mean, 1999 was when I first really started venturing into
Yeah,
doing my own things. But 2002, when I retired, then I fully gave my time to just networking with people and all that. And there's just nothing out there that you can plug and play, and anybody in the community is more than willing to go out and help you, whether you're upline, sideline, uh, cross line, whatever. It doesn't matter in United because it's all about us and a community of everybody, people helping people.
yeah,
Because once you really get to see and understand what this comp plan does for you, it's so easy to be there. It
right.
is.
So
There's
true.
no question about it, about the community and the heart of this community that is just so giving.
If you can use one word to describe the United Familia, what would it be?
Extraordinary.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then what's your United why? What do you want to accomplish? What are your dreams and goals that you want to accomplish by building your United business?
Uh, you know what? That's really it's going to touch me now because my why has changed recently, and I'm here because of
Where,
that why.
where are you now? Tell us where
Uh,
are you now?
I'm here in Wichita. I mean, in Lawrence, Kansas.
Okay.
Okay, my daughter used to live in Wichita. That's why, and then she moved to Lawrence just recently. Lawrence, Kansas. I just came from Puerto Rico 2 days ago. Nice and warm, and I'm freezing my butt over here. But I'm telling you, yes, that why has changed because I've always been a person of wanting to do more with my family. My family is my stronghold. Is what I think most people in the world live for. We all have our lives, and we all have to work, and we all have our work to do. But at the end of the day, we go back home, and that's family.
Yeah.
And I even have that with Trunited Familia, where we get together, and it's just like, hey, Carlos, let's go. And what's your day been like? It's
Right.
not just about Trunited. It's about getting to know each and every person and really just have a camaraderie
Yeah.
between us on a special way. But my why, my daughter's, I'm going to have my first grandchild here in January.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
And that has changed my perspective about why I want to pursue Trunited more, because for the first time in my life, with my spiritual belief is like coming together. I have no issues or regrets about telling somebody something that is so good that fits in with my spiritual belief,
That's awesome.
because
That's
I
awesome.
know that Trunited is going to change people's lives.
Yes, no doubt. Now tell us a little bit, what would you give as an advice to somebody out there that is watching you right now that understands, maybe doesn't, they don't even understand Trunited, and they're barely getting to know what what we are and what the company is, and of course, as they get to know the Trunited Familia, I know that many people will just fall in love with that. But what would you tell them once they start their business? What's the next step, or what do you do? And in this case, I mean, you want to go accomplish that why, and that goal and that dream that you set for yourself. What's the next step for somebody that that doesn't know where to start?
You know, the the first advice I give you is just start and plug in with somebody that will give you what you need. And you will find that in anybody that's really doing Trunited, that has really put their heart and soul into Trunited. And it doesn't matter who it is, you know. But yeah, the first thing is just get up every day and put your vision into what it is that you want in your life. And when you start learning about Trunited and growing with Trunited, you will find your way in Trunited. You know, so it's just get up every day and start doing something. It don't matter what it is, whether, you know, I could give you many suggestions, whether it's reading a book to get you inspired to do more, whether it's connecting with a mentor, you know, uh, and I'll tell you a story because right now I consider Carlos my mentor,
Hmm.
and he knows the story that goes behind this because I don't know of anybody that knows what being an orphan is in any type of community or whatever. But Carlos took me in, okay, and I have grown better. So my advice is to just get together with somebody that you feel comfortable with, and just start doing stuff. And believe me, we're not
Take
here to
action, right? Take
yeah,
action.
we're not here to push you. We're here to pull you.
Right.
We're here to, you know, because we're going through the same things. We're going through the same emotions. Hey, you know, we give somebody the opportunity. 10 might see it, one might come and take advantage of it, but then we still work with that person, that one. And it's going to be that way because people have lives,
Yes.
you know, and life gets in the way sometimes. But the thing is that for those of us that are really uh, put our mindsets already into doing Trunited and helping people, that's what you need to find. The heart of this community that is here to help each and every one of you that really just wants to get involved and learn something that is bigger and better than anything else that I've seen out there. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, and Ed, one thing that that I see in you, and that I value in you and appreciate in you, is number one, the loyalty. Number two, that things don't happen in a day. Things don't happen in a week. You gotta give the time and take the action towards your desired goal in order to see it through. So it's one day at a time, taking action consistently, and being patient, right? Being patient to see things evolve and become true, because that's how business is. And I think you've learned that over the years. Obviously, you learned that by serving our country. You learned that in other companies you've been with. And now that we've, in my humble opinion, we've created a business that is unmatched, and it's a very, very efficient vehicle of business to build. and that it is focused on people. It is focused on us, the members, right? Every other company, in my opinion, and you can tell me if you agree, every other company, in my opinion, is focused on the owners and their wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here we're focused on the members and their wealth, right? And when I say members, I include myself because I make money just like you do, right?
Yeah, and that's the key. People have to just understand, either those other companies, they go for the prize. I'm not here to win any Grammy Awards or anything like that. I'm here to be able to help people. Okay. I have been loyal to other companies, and that's what I did. For the military, I served my 20 years, and I'm proud to, that's something that I could say I'm proud to have done.
Yeah.
Now I'm in my next juncture where after 17 years with one company, then I said things were not going right. And it wasn't because of me. No, things changed.
Yeah.
And then I
No,
found,
it's a learning journey, you know?
yes,
I think every experience, good or bad, and we learn from the bad experiences more so than from the good ones, let me tell you. And we learn more so from the failures than from the victories. So
mm-hmm.
those have added to you. So I always think that Trunited came to you at the perfect time,
No,
because
no,
now that you've seen the bad and the ugly, you can appreciate the good, right?
yes.
It's hard to appreciate the good when you haven't seen the other side.
Yes, that's so true, because either you take your failures as stepping stones to success, and that is the thing that I have learned through my whole experience, from the military to networking in one or two companies to now being involved with a company that's really gonna, now I'm at the top of my steps, and believe me, there's steps to go still,
Oh yeah,
but
always.
I'm on that journey
Every day, my brother. Every
every
day.
day. Yeah.
And what would you tell to your fellow veterans out there?
You know what? Be proud of what you have done, because I'm sure in a small or a big way, okay, there's many people out there that are really grateful for what we have put forward to in this United States of America, especially in our military and forces, that we did something great to continue to protect the interest of everybody in the USA.
Yeah, 100%, buddy. Hey, I thank you for connecting so early this morning. I know you have a busy day ahead of you, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks again, Ed, for your service. Appreciate you, my brother, and I can't wait, man, until we can hang out and go travel those places that you've been in once we get this done. What do you say?
You know what? I'm so looking forward. I know we have met personally in conferences and all that, but the greatest thing of being able to achieve is that you actually connected with somebody in business, but then we could go and high five Carlos and celebrate something. And hey, let's go to Antigua. Hey, let's go to Timbuktu. Let's go celebrate someplace and just and and share moments that are not just business, but now pleasure.
Exactly right. Well, thank you so much, buddy. Hey, congratulations again for that grandchild on the way, man. That's gonna be so exciting for you.
Thank you.
Say hi to your daughter from us. We love you, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate this, and God bless you, and may each and every one of you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
All right, my friend. Take care.